This is how you handle blitzing. You pass the ball successfully when they blitz.
No way.
And then when they beat them so bad with it, they stop blitzing. John's like, well, they stopped blitzing in the second half of the Rams game. I'm like, oh, I wonder why.
Big Z! Zander Krause joins us now here, man. And how you doing, Big Z?
What's up, Big Sills? How you living, brother?
How you doing, man?
I don't really know how I'm doing right now, to be honest. First off, I got this fresh JAKIB lid on. Thing delivered today. Can I send you one, Big Sills?
Please.
You like it? Will you rock it?
I would wear it every show.
All right, I'll send you one. You send me your address. I'll ship it right to you.
I would love that.
So I got the rope cap. I don't know. It just came in. I was testing it out. How's it look, everybody? But nothing like some fresh JAKIB merch. And then we got Nolan Smith heading to IR. I mean, not what we expected to see today. In a pretty thin position who hasn't played their best football. You know, you lose a player. Look, I love Nolan Smith. I think he's come a long way. I think he's really taken steps to get forward. But, you know, he just gets hurt every year, man. And he re-aggravated that tricep from the Super Bowl. I talked to Johnny Mack about it. That interview's up on the channel. So, yeah, it's not ideal, you know. And it's one of those things where you're probably not going outside the locker room right now to patch it up. You kind of probably just want to rely on who you have.
You're too late in the week.
Right. And it's not like a season ender, at least we hope it's not. Right now that the optimism is, you can tell by the way the national guys are reporting it after the bye week. They're hoping he's back by that Packer game. Now the minimum is 4 games. So that would technically be after that week 7 game, and he could be ready for week 8. But I don't think they haven't put that out at all. So I think it's 4 games minimum, obviously with the IR, but you could be looking at 5 or 6 weeks really for him. So not ideal. It's a thin position group. You're probably looking at Jalix Hunt needs to step up. Zander Smith, you know, if he wasn't already, is now the certified, you know, guy in that room. And then you're probably Josh Uche, Azeez Ojulari. So, you know, it's going to be.
You've struggled against the run there.
Yeah, it is. You know, and Nolan, look, he's been playing good football. Not great. I mean, he's not a superstar yet, but he's been a very viable edge rusher so far for this team and has been good against the run. But, you know, he plays like he's 6'6", 275. And he's not. He's 6'4", 6'3", I think, 230. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out, but it's definitely not ideal for him to be out right now.
I'm going to make a comment, and I don't know this from a can of paint until I talk to somebody. He played in that football game hurt. I'm going to assume that because there's no way he got hurt.
So it's not a tear. This is what I can confirm. It's not a tear. It's a strain, right? So it's not surgical. He's not going to need surgery or anything. You know, what John heard is that basically he played through it in the game, but it wasn't like a thing where he was like, oh, it happened. It was more like after the game, he was in discomfort, kind of like, hey.
For that?
So I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know, sometimes when your tricep breaks, you hear a snap. So if they're saying it's a strain, that's one of those lingering injuries that you're going to have all year until you get rest. The only thing that helps that is rest or surgery.
Well, I think that's what you're looking at for the time here, right? Just basically let it sit.
And you're hoping for the best.
Yeah.
So he must have had an MRI today.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
because there's only one way you find out. The Eagles didn't even tell you he went under for an MRI.
Right. Well, I didn't hear anything about that. But I would assume, you're right.
Because you just don't go like this. Well, he's got without having an MRI. I mean, we found out that Mike Evans went in for a MRI, and it came back, and then I found out that he's out 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 potentially, but he went in for an MRI on Tuesday. So Nolan Smith went in on Tuesday for an MRI, and the Eagles didn't want to let it loose until right now when the injury report came out.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Not ideal right now, though, you know, not ideal for this defense. And we're going to need some of these guys to step up who haven't really been asked to do much. I mean, think about it. Your top 4 edge rushers right now are Zadarius, Jalix, Uche, and then take your pick of Obo, Patrick Johnson, or Ojulari. and of those 4, what did I name? Just 6 names. 3 of them were scratched last week. 3 of them were healthy scratches last week, and Obo, Ojulari, and Patrick Johnson. So, it's going to be a tough.
Worst practiced.
Well, I'll tell you this much too, because I asked John this. I said, so is there an outside thought process that could be here where maybe line up Jahad Campbell in the? I don't know, just saying, like, if it's that thin for the time being, do you think about something like that?
Yeah, you're gonna roll.
Jahad Campbell didn't practice today, so he's
no. Here, wait, no. I don't believe they're going to take the stunt the growth of an off linebacker to move him outside there, because to put him in a position that he's not really. That's not his natural position.
I don't either, but he missed practice today. Zach Bowen had a big brace on his knee today. Look, we've been really lucky the last couple of years with injuries, so I'm hoping it doesn't build up.
The Bucs are devastated too here going into this game.
I know, but just something to keep an eye on, man. Injuries can derail any NFL season. Doesn't matter how good your football team. And I'm not saying it's going to happen to the Birds. I'm just saying, Campbell was out of practice today. Baum was out of practice today. You got Nolan Smith going to IR. Ja'Cory Bennett goes to IR. Adoree Jackson's banged up. Lane Johnson's banged up. Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens are banged up. I mean, look at Dabney. This guy's incapable of a football conversation because he's such a fanboy. You're a homer, Dabney. Go over somewhere different channel. This is not the right channel for you, buddy.
Listen, it's the war of attrition. This is the roster.
That's what I mean. It's football. You want to talk football or you want to talk fairy tales? Sunshine and fairy tales. It's football. Shit happens. People get hurt. You got to be able to prevail.
And they get the benefit of it.
Yeah. Bennett went to IR too, and Darius Cooper went to IR. You're light in
depth at corner now too.
Well, I mean, now you're either Adoree Jackson, who's also hurt, or Keely Ringo, who hasn't played at all. He doesn't even have one snap.
No wonder Vic said yesterday he's going to get his opportunity.
Yeah.
He knew that Bennett was going to hit the IR.
Yeah.
He was prepping for that because, somebody asked the question. He goes, he's going to get his opportunity. Now I know why he said it. Hey, man, Vic tells you what's going down. He tells you what's going down.
Yeah, he does. It's true.
All right.
But look, this is real adversity though for the team.
First time in 4 years.
Well, it's not season ending, so
no. But I've not seen them be in this position this early in the year in the years I've been covering the team. Usually they get out to great starts, except for last year they got out to a wobbly start, but it wasn't injury related. The receivers were banged up a little bit, right? At the beginning of the year last year when you had AJ and Devontae missing some time. They both missed the Bucs game a year ago, by the way, and so did Lane. So, okay, I want to ask you something because I listened to some of that discussion that you had with John, who didn't want to have any discussion on CJ. And me and you had a conversation before about one thing. I don't want to start a conversation off with somebody going, well, he's a fucking asshole. Well, you got to coach around assholes. And for some reason, you coached around that asshole and that locker room cancer and whatever you want to call him, a negative guy. Well, when that guy was on your football team, dude, somebody coached him around something because you went to 2 NFC titles. You won one. He led the NFL in interception, was second a year ago. He was part of the number 1 ranked defense. I mean, they gave him a contract extension, too, when they signed him again for the second time. All of a sudden now, the guy's production doesn't, and I get it. Headache guy. No doubt about it. Has to be something to it, and I agree. He was a headache in Houston, it seemed. I think he really got frustrated playing on a losing team. And I do.
Well, I said that this morning. I said that this morning. I saw that, like, Super Bowl winning safety goes to a team who starts 0-3, isn't happy with the way they started, and they fire him.
Did he tweet that?
Somebody tweeted it. But I saw it. I'm like, that's funny. Some organizations will never get out of their own way. Now, I'm not accusing them if that's what's happened here, but I don't know. Look, I mean, I you're right. CJ was an asshole, but how big? Because they went to 2 Super Bowls with him. So, and they were within 1 play of winning the other one too. So, look, they've had good luck with him on their football team. I think the best point you brought up too about Reed. I mean, Reed's a different player with CJ next to him. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to bring him back, but why'd the Texans let him go?
Because
I don't know if I'm buying the narrative of like he was upset with playing time. They gave him $6.5 million, converted his salary to a signing bonus 3 weeks ago. They saw a training camp. They had off-season OTAs.
Had to be a blow-up with the coach.
That's what I mean. Something happened. You don't give a guy you don't convert $6.5 million in cold hard cash. Pay him. They wouldn't have had to pay him that much if they were cutting him.
Nick Casero's not doing that.
I agree. So I think something happened. I don't know if it's just him complaining.
Remember when I tweeted out and everybody in here said that I was lying when I said that Christian Parker and him used to get back and forth? Well, that was told to me by Clint Hurt. And Clint played him and they started him because you couldn't get away from his production and how good the player was. So they tolerated that. But there was he didn't even know it. But when he was going down that parade, he was gone. They were moving on from that. They felt they were going to get somebody else in there that was going to be productive. But doesn't it tell you that Howie went back a second time to get him? Why wouldn't he go back a third time? You've already proved it that you've gone back and done it once. Yeah. You've got a track record with this.
Doesn't that look a little funny though? It's like bring him back. You let
it looks funny.
Bring him back. You let him out. You bring him back. It's like, all right, you just make up your mind. It looks funny
on the player, not the organization. Organization's telling you, we know you're good. You're a dickhead. It don't look bad on Howie.
I don't know. I think it does.
That looks bad on the player.
You're telling me Howie trades this guy for a bag of peanuts, a bag of donuts,
and a draft pick,
a stale donuts, that are a couple days old, for Kenyon Green, who he cuts. And then they're going to bring back their starting safety. That's like basically saying you didn't fix the safety position at all, and you resulted back. You should have just kept the guy in the room.
Well, isn't that what you do with Fred Johnson?
Well, that's fair, but that's not a starter. And Fred, to be honest, as I've heard, it was reported the Eagles wanted Fred back. Yep. Fred wanted the opportunity to be a starter. Yeah, so. I think Fred's entitled to that.
Right, and they caught him off guard because Gardner-Johnson said he was totally caught off guard by it.
Yeah, well, Gardner-Johnson, I don't know, man. I like the player a lot. I think it's a no-brainer. He would make this football team better, but there's something there, man. There obviously, and again, you got, where people might be right is it might be some suits, who don't like alpha type players who are, you know what I mean, big and loud and in your face type of dudes, and maybe that's it. But he's a good football player. He'll help this football team. But I will say this. Makuba's better than him in coverage. He's been better than him through 3 games than he was all last year in coverage. So are you stunting the growth of Makuba to bring him back when you have a decent size upside right now with Makuba? That's probably the biggest reason I wouldn't want to bring him back. Because I know people are talking about slide him into the nickel. He was drafted as a corner. I doubt they're going to kick Cooper to the outside. I don't think that's even something worth considering. But I haven't said after 1 game we better go to safety. Makuba's been good. Makuba's been fine. So I don't really want to stunt the growth of Makuba.
Last year you were number 1 in pass defense. Right now you're 12th.
Yeah, well the defense isn't the same. That's for sure. You think he helps that? Because boy, I saw a couple.
I do.
I did see some tape come out of. I did see some tape come out of Houston where he was getting torched. Misreads, just not playing defense the right way. So, I don't know. I mean, look, I think he would help the team. I just don't think they're going to bring him back.
Okay, well, how does this sound? Sidney Brown and Makuba or Makuba and CJ?
You getting Reed out of there?
No, I'm talking about the depth at that position.
Yeah, I mean, the latter sounds better, obviously. Yeah.
Well, if you don't hear, I told you this yesterday, you got the leverage on this guy. And I heard John say this, well, how's he going to feel about taking, a league minimum paycheck? Bro, you're in league minimum world right now.
Well, he kind of just got his $6.5 million, so I think he might be all right to take league minimum.
Right.
I mean, most of his salary already got paid out.
That converted thing.
They converted. I think his salary was what, $9 million?
Right. They paid him out the door that money.
I don't know. Let me ask you this, because I agree, like from a sense on the foot, from strictly like if you're playing Madden and you're looking at like football only, yeah, he's better. Like, do you think he is what this team needs at this point?
I think the defense needs more playmaking football players.
That's a fair answer.
I mean, I think they need some playmakers and some ball hawks. Hey, how do you think Cooper's played without CJ back there?
Cooper's been all right. He hasn't been elite, but he's been okay. He's been solid. Solid.
Okay, how do you think Reed's played?
Reed, not too good.
Okay, so without Slay and CJ in there, the secondary's been, would we not say lesser? I've seen Q beaten.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to get beat. It's the NFL.
I'm not dissing the kid. I'm saying that I see more plays against him now than I did a year ago because you had more quality guys in the secondary, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. It's fair to say that for sure.
So let's turn this around and I'll ask you this question. Do you really think how do you think Jalen Carter's played?
Jalen Carter has been good, not great. And when you have a player like that, you expect great.
How much do you think the loss of Josh Sweat and Milton Williams have played also with him not playing?
I don't know, man. I think you're
getting blown up on the edges.
Well, I think probably some, but why does Jordan Davis look like the best he's ever looked? And also coming off a year where he clearly worked his ass off, to get into shape, Jordan Davis clearly did all the things in the offseason that when there's no cameras on a player, you can't control what they do. You can only hope they're preparing and doing the things necessary. Jordan Davis has proven not only in the way he looks, but in the way he's played that he prepped for the season this year. Can you say the same about Jalen Carter? As good of a player as he is.
But the teams aren't threatening the middle. They're not threatening the middle. They're threatening the edges. You're 18th against the run, dude. It's not him. It's not. It's the edges. The loss of Milton Williams and Josh Sweat have been a problem. Now that you lose Nolan Smith, it's an even bigger problem. And if people don't think that with Tristan, now I don't know how many plays Tristan Wirfs going to play. You come back this year, first time, you had knee surgery on July 8th. Okay, so I don't know what kind of condition he's going to be in. But if you don't think that they're going to threaten the edges, they're going to threaten the edges again like the Rams did. Like, do you think the Rams have a great O-line? I don't. I mean, your edge rushers right now are giving it up on the run big time, and it's been limited pressure.
No,
you're gonna have to create.
You think Jordan Davis has been the best defensive player on this team?
I do.
Probably Zach Bond, number 2. No, I think he's a Bond, probably 1 still.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Jordan's flashed more. He had a sack last week. He ran down that dude, stopping a first down. He blocked a field goal, game winning. Ran it back, scoop and score. He played well in the Kansas City game. I thought he played well even in the Cowboy game.
How much does the loss of Nolan Smith change your thoughts on Tampa game? Or none at all?
Minimal.
How come?
Because I think they're devastated because they lost Luke Gedeke. I don't know what Wirfs is going to be like. How much, again, is it going to be where that's not just a push? I think it's a push right now. The question will be, will Philly be able to get pressure on Baker Mayfield? He's made a lot of fucking plays with his legs, dude.
Yeah.
And
I like Baker, man.
What was the one thing that hurt you in that Kansas City game? It wasn't Mahomes' arm. They couldn't keep Mahomes contained. Mayfield's going to get out in the perimeter. And if you can't set the edge and keep him in the box, he's going to make plays to extend the sticks. They got a good running game going, too.
Yeah, you know who I was going to say? I like Bucky Irving, man.
The kid White's good.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? Zamir White?
Rashad White.
Oh, Rashad White. That's right. Yeah, no, he's good. I like Bucky Irving a lot. I love the way he runs.
Here's the problem that you have with Mike Evans being out against the Bucs. Ready? Here's the biggest issue. Who takes on all the double teams? He opens it up for Mika Buka to be able to have the single coverage. He's still learning how to get open. Now that
I'm not too worried about those receivers right now. Mike Evans is out. Godwin's coming.
That's what I mean. No. They don't have anybody really. Sterling Shepard, the kid from
right.
Is that the New York Giant guy?
Former Giant guy, yeah. So they're not in good shape. I mean, Mike Evans is out, and look, they're going to have what's his name back, Godwin, but he hasn't played in a while. That's going to be tough to acclimate.
How many plays? 20, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
They still have good guys, but I do think the loss of Nolan Smith affects that game. I mean, they got injured offensive linemen, so if you have less pressure, or you're relying on Uche, or Jalix Hunt to get pressure, that might give Baker that extra half a second.
I
think if I look it up, let me just look it up real quick. I'll go to next gen stats. I think Baker Mayfield is one of the fastest throwers of the football right now in
why is that?
Time to throw. Let me get it. Second fastest in the NFL right now behind Patrick Mahomes. Okay. 2.6 seconds to throw.
Why is that?
Because he's got to get rid of it. There's no offensive line.
Absolutely. And what's the other biggest thing to that, why you're not going to see a lot of throws to what position? Tight ends. They don't have time to develop those tight ends any longer. So you got to get that ball out, backs. You got to get wheel routes. You got to throw that ball out. Yeah. That's why there's not really a threat to the middle of the field, because the tight end position has had limited. Otten's not.
Well, you know who's a big player in this game then again is Jordan Davis, because what did the Eagles do last week? So the top four quarterbacks in football for time to throw. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Eagles already played him and knocked him off his spot. Number 2, Baker Mayfield, 2.6 seconds. Patrick Mahomes is 2.51. Number 3, Matthew Stafford, 2.61. So 3 of the 4, number 4th is Aaron Rodgers, 2.61 as well. So, 3 of the 4 we're already going to have faced, and we'll get the third one this weekend in Baker. But so they got to get that interior pressure, make it hard for him. He will escape, but he's not like a runner, but he can escape. So I think he's good. Look, I like Baker. I'm a Baker guy. I really am. I like the way he plays the game. I think he's got the mentality and the it factor you need to prevail and will your team to more wins than they should get. So I like Baker, but interior of that D line is going to need a big game, especially with Nolan out.
Battle Royale will happen at the bottom of the hour. Your super chats are wanted, and we appreciate it here. All right, Kevin Patullo. Funny, I heard John say something, and he said that the number 1 priority is to stop Jalen Hurts. Well, then why are they flooding the lanes on first and second down? They are flooding the lanes because they're afraid of Barkley getting to the second level, dude. They don't want him getting to the second level and getting going, because if that guy gets going, watch this. Barkley versus a safety. Who do you have in open space?
Right. Well, no, that's a part of it, but isn't that still more focused on the passing game when you have bracket coverage like that?
I'm not concerned about your passing game.
Well, the point is that they're trying
to take it away.
Well, they're that's why they're blitzing so much, because they're trying to keep Jalen in the pocket.
I think it's got more to do with Barkley.
Well, I think it's an added benefit when they're off. When the Eagles' offensive line isn't creating the holes at the line of scrimmage like they were, it's a lot harder for Barkley, because you are like when you stack a box, it's hard to get through. But if the hole is there, you're going to take it 70 because there's nobody back to protect. So they're not stacking the box right now, so it's a lot harder to hit the home runs. And then if you zoom in a little bit and look at the Eagles' offensive line, dude, they're not getting the push that they were a year ago. They're not creating the holes that they were a year ago. Barkley, dude, last year Barkley led the NFL in yards carried before being touched by a defender. I forget how you quantify that stat, but somebody did it. It was like 2.6 yards before Barkley even had a defender. Right now, it looks to me from the eye test, I don't have the stat in front of me. It looks to me from the eye test, he's getting touched at the line of scrimmage or behind it.
Because they're flooding the lanes.
Yes. Well, but they're also not winning at the line of scrimmage on the offensive line.
Right, they're not. I'll tell you who's playing worse than Landon is the center.
Yeah, Cam's not been great.
Okay, he's not played very well. Every week I went back and watched. Landon is, is okay, The center's just not playing
I don't know.
well.
Landon's been getting moved, dude.
Well, Chris Jones is going to move a lot of folks, man. He's going to move
That's
Oak
true.
Trees, and he's going to move Landon. Now,
Yeah.
Landon in the Super Bowl, when he was healthy, he wasn't really healthy in that game. He still kicked it. I thought it was a really good battle between those two.
I just somebody brought this up in the comments, like about with Nolan going down, and he re-injures the same tricep, right? And it's like, no, Landon, right now the same things are bothering him: the knee and the back. Cam Jurgens coming off of back surgery just doesn't look the same. I don't want to I'm not trying to throw a conspiracy or anything like that, but are the Eagles rushing guys back or something? Like, is there something wrong with this? Like, I don't know. I mean, Nolan re-aggravates the same tricep. Landon's dealing with the same issues today that he was at the end of the season. Cam Jurgens has that same back problem. Now, I think that one's a little different because back surgery is always going to F you up a little bit. But I don't know. I think it's worth a conversation. Like, should they be letting these guys I know it's early. I know we got to win games. I know we need Landon Dickerson. But would you rather have Landon play like this for every game this season or get back healthy by week 9 and he plays like all-pro Landon Dickerson again? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I would want him fully healthy.
Okay. Let's answer your question here. How many days ago was February 11th? So in 225 days, you played that deep for the second time in 3 years. You've been to the playoffs every single year. You telling me that did they rush him back? Well,
I don't know.
Your offseason was only 225 days to today.
Yeah, right.
Not to training
really
camp.
160.
Yeah, to train. You had 100 days to get your bodies back in shape after going that deep for a second time in 3 years.
Yeah, I'm not accusing them or anything like that. I'm just wondering, it is a little bit of a weird trend.
Doesn't it seem like the war of playing playoff football? This is kind of what that looks like. They're a little worn out here. They look like they're in February right now, like they did a year ago.
Yeah.
They look they look worn out right now, some of these guys.
Yeah. So this is a common, I get this a lot here. Deshae says, the good thing about this is happening early. Get it out of the way. The only problem I have with that, Deshae, I agree. I mean, it's obviously better to happen now.
Well, they're not going to get in better shape by the end of the year.
That's what I mean. You're playing football, Deshae. That comes with the assumption that these injuries that have happened through the first 3 weeks are just not going to come anymore, late in the year. What makes you think that they're not going to? Again, we're speculating. We don't know. It could go your way. It could not. But I'm just saying this thought process comes with the assumption that they're not going to have any injuries late in the year. So, it's never a good thing whenever it happens, but you just got to keep an eye on it, dude. Look, I named all the players. Jihad and Dean. Bond had a big-ass brace on today on his knee.
Man.
Look at Senor. This dude is so incapable of retention. Does Zander want to put everyone on IR right now? Yep, Senor, just load up the IR, brother. We don't want anybody. Yeah,
that's
Senor,
what we do.
Exactly
we're the ones that set the IR for the
I don't know, Senor. You tell me. Nolan Smith just got put on IR with the same tricep he hurt in the Super Bowl. No thought going through that space cadet head of yours? Nothing up there? Come on, Senorita.
Do you think this affects his future?
Who?
Nolan Smith.
Well, I think you're kind of building
a case.
I think it looks like, some guys just get labeled injury prone, man. They just can't escape the injury bug in their career. It's, you've seen it. It plagues players on every team. It'll always happen. It's the NFL. Looks like Lane or what's his name? Nolan has that kind of tag on him now. He just can't stay healthy. Last year he played half the year. The first year he didn't play much because of injuries. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I do think he's kind of got that tag, and it's going to be hard to overcome when you're an undersized edge rusher and you got the tag of you can't stay healthy.
Yeah, man. And your rotation heading into Sunday is going to be, like you said, Jalix Hunt, Zadarius Smith, and Uche. That's the 3 dudes you're going into that game against?
That's the top 3.
If you're Kevin Patullo heading into this game, what's the number one thing you want to establish?
If you're who? Kevin Patullo?
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I want to throw the football. I want to get my receivers involved. Now, I don't know if that's AJ Brown.
Why?
Dude, because AJ's always open. All right? I'm done with this excuse that, he wasn't open, guys. Go watch the tape. Bullshit. If AJ Brown's in one-on-one, get him the football. So that's number one for me. I like AJ Brown. I think he helps us win football games. I don't fall into this trap of its high-risk football. No, it's not. All right? It's high-risk football throwing the ball to Queasy Watkins. It's not high-risk football throwing the ball to AJ Brown. Get AJ involved, and then you probably want to run, but, the Bucs have how are they in run defense right now?
They are 6th.
So they got Vita Vea still obviously in the middle. Like they
have lost Elijah Cansey.
Right, they lost Cansey. That's big. He's a good
player. It is. But
let me double check. Is he done for the year or is he IR?
He's gone for the year.
Ooh.
The Bucs are giving up 84 yards per game per.
Jeez, we're giving up a lot more than that in Philly. 84 a game is good.
Yeah, they're giving up 84 yards. You're giving up 133 yards a game.
Yeah. That's closer to double than not double.
And I would go here with it. And I don't really believe it's Davis. I think it's the edges that are getting killed. And I think it's condensing those guys because they're getting washed down. It's hurting the linebacker scraping to the outside. And that's how guys are getting those stretch plays going, dude.
I still kind of feel like we're gonna beat up on these guys.
And where's the advantage of beating them up?
Well, I mean, if you look at the 1-4 record versus them, we've never been fully healthy versus them. We've never had all AJ, Devontae, Saquon.
You're 1-4 versus them.
1-4, 1-3. But we had like Lane missing. AJ missed, I think, 3 of the games.
Okay.
So 3 of the losses. 8. You know what I mean? Like you've never had all the guys together. So if AJ's out there, Devontae's out there, Jalen's out there, Saquon's out there, I feel pretty good about what we're going to be able to do to them offensively. Now they got to have a response for the blitz. They got to be able to manage Todd Bowles. And I think, Swoop is asking this question. Swoop, no confirmation yet, brother. But if Lane Johnson's out, that's going to be a tough test, because they got Hassan Reddick over there who's playing good football right now. So, who else do they have coming off the edges? They got Hassan.
They have that kid Dobby. They're not getting pressure on the ball carrier either. So here's something I'm reading here. Looks like no individual drills for Lane Johnson. He's watching off to the side, and he's been limited, and he's been put in on the injury report as limited. Oof. I'll tell you what, I don't know who's going to be healthy for this fucking game on Sunday. I mean,
there's a lot we have a lot to discover and learn until we can, we can get some clarity.
I'm going to make you feel better though. All right.
I'm going to make everybody feel better. I think we're going to
hold on. Okay, hero. I'm going to make everybody feel better here. Watch this. Okay. Cowboys, Kansas City, the team was in the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Rams are a good team. Hey, whether they took the L or not, they're good, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Sean McVay nutted up and choked that game away in the end. And guess what? They didn't steal the game. The Eagles took the game. Now here, I'm going to go on the Bucs side. Ready? Atlanta, the Texans, the Jets. There's one win there. My attitude is this with the Bucs. Are you really 3-0? The Eagles get the benefit of the doubt, dude. They're 19-1.
I don't love that though. I'm not gonna lie to you,
bro. The Jets are not going anywhere.
I know that, but
not going anywhere.
I know that, but you have to look at it, I think, in a little bit more of an all-encompassing way. I mean, Tampa's been struggling with injuries to start the year right now. Baker has kind of looked really good as a quarterback and that's what I mean. So I mean, I don't know. You envision a world where Mike Evans gets healthy, Godwin gets healthy, Tristan Wirfs comes back. I think the Bucs are still a good football team. You're right. They've been close games. Some of them really resemble
last second drives.
Some of them really resemble that Liars September that you talk about, but I still think they're a good team. And Baker Mayfield is the type of quarterback in terms of getting the ball out quick that can give our defense some hard times. Now we've handled Stafford well, we handled Mahomes well, so we'll say I think we're in a good spot. I do.
Okay, well let me flip that on the other end. You're right with everything you just said about Evans and Godwin and Wirfs and all that, and the Bucs are 3-0. What's your excuse for playing poorly?
None. What do you mean? There is no excuses.
Okay.
There's no excuses for any team. It is what it is.
Well, there's a reason that the Bucs may be inconsistent because of the law. Last week they had 14.
Well, there are excuses that we got a new coordinator who's got training wheels on,
which is common in Philly. That's the game plan.
Very common, as you've talked about here on the show.
It's 9 coordinators in 4 years.
We're like the coordinator factory, baby.
Good
you
and
either
bad.
come here and get fired, or you come here and you get hired. That's how it goes in Philly.
How'd you like that fucking lawyer's answer that Nick gave on CJ? I
Yeah,
like my room right now.
Yeah, that's a Nick answer. He's gotten so bad. Bob Lang has coached him up so well.
My God,
congratulations to you, Bobby boy.
How do you think most coaches would go like this? You know what? We're not looking in the rearview mirror. We like our guys. We're moving forward with them. We're not revisiting anything like that. No, thank you very much. Why not do that? You could have ended it all. Instead, it's this one. Lawyer's answer, like, right now we love our room. Oh, right now? What's that mean? Could it change?
Well, it can change.
Wait a minute. No, they would entertain it then, according to John, if there was an injury.
If they had an injury, absolutely they'd entertain.
What if the Bucs beat them this weekend and there's play in the secondary where you fucking go like this? Hey,
and Makuba looks like shit.
or Reed does.
Yeah, Reed. Well, I don't think they're replacing Reed.
No, but they might add. So what if they get beat and Maker goes for 310 and throws for 310 with shit receivers and they beat you guys? You're not looking at CJ. Oh my God! This week now we changed our mind.
Let me go look at these stats for the Bucs team right now.
They're not very good in the passing game.
Who's catching passes for them?
Dude, they can't. I think it's
outside of Ibuka.
It's Sterling Shepard, and I think what they're going to do also.
Yeah, it's literally Sterling Shepard is their second leading receiver.
Who hasn't put up bad numbers?
Ryan Miller.
What is Bucky Irvin? How many catches does he have coming out of the backfield?
Bucky Irving's got catching. He has 14 receptions on 14 targets for 91 yards.
Okay, what about White?
Ibuka has 21 targets, 14 catches, 181 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Wow, 3 touchdowns for Ibuka already.
For a rookie.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see more passes to the backs in this game.
Maybe.
Okay, that's where I think.
Yeah, they got Rashad White. That's right.
So I think you're going to get those backs more involved. Remember something a year ago? What's his name? Had 400 yards receiving. Bucky Irvin. He can catch the football.
Who did I mix up Rashad White with? Zamir White. Where's he went now? He was the Georgia kid. That's who I mixed him with. Is he with L.A. Raiders? No, Vegas Raiders. That's what I meant. Vegas.
I think he is in. I think he's in Las Vegas.
Let me look him up because I don't know. I got him mixed up with Rashad. Zamir White. Yeah, he's with Vegas. Yeah, he was Georgia. That's why he was in my head.
By the way, Battle Royale will be at the bottom of the hour. So, hey, Keely Ringo's going to play?
I guess.
I mean, dude, I don't know what the fuck to make of this game. I'm favoring the Eagles, though. I'm favoring the Eagles.
I am too. I just feel like we're gonna beat them.
Not a lot. I'm not by a lot. By the way, how are you gonna handle blitzing?
Yeah, well, that's a big question with Lane Johnson.
And
Lane's out. It's gonna be and Cam.
And with Barkley, he's not really.
This is how you handle blitzing. You pass the ball successfully when they blitz.
No way.
And then when they beat them so bad with it, they stop blitzing. John's like, well, they stopped blitzing in the second half of the Rams game. I'm like, oh, I wonder why. John's like, they stopped blitzing so they were able to pass. I'm like, I don't think so, John. I think they started throwing the ball successfully, and then they stopped blitzing because they had to sit back in coverage. I mean, holy shit.
Get the ball.
Throw the ball well. Teams will not blitz as much. That's why coaches don't blitz guys like Aaron Rodgers and Stafford. You don't do that. Or Mahomes. They torch you. The Eagles had 0 threat through the air through 10 quarters of football. Everybody was blitzing them like crazy.
What's that percentage you guys said that teams are blitzing the Eagles?
Yeah, it's almost 48% on dropbacks. 48%. That's unheard of.
So half the dropbacks, they're bringing pressure.
Yep. And now there's one thing I'll call out that I'm calling on Jalen Hurts to improve at, because it is on him. John's afraid to say it. I don't know. I don't know why. Like, I love Jalen Hurts. It's like the guy's not above. I mean, you can talk about him. He's a quarterback. He's making $50 million. He's the leader of our organization. He's held to a high standard. He holds himself to a high standard. You got to get the hot routes in the offense. If they're bringing 15-0 blitzes, you got to get a hot route in the offense with A.J. Brown. You have to. That's a quarterback thing. That's not really an offense thing. I don't think it's – I think John's right about this. I don't think it's not in the offense. That's not really how it works.
Oh, you think it's Nick?
No, I think it's Jalen.
Jalen's
got to get to the line of scrimmage. If he sees blitz, he's got to signal a hot route. Now, they've fallen a little bit in love with when there's press man on the outside, they go to the go route, which is good, but I do think you got to give them a short, quick pass, underneath. I don't think they take advantage of that, because when a guy blitzes, look, what's the best way to beat him? Throw behind the blitz. They don't do that at all. So that would probably be one area where I would say Jalen's got to improve right now.
Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. Super chats will be read here in a second. Couple more here. Do you think the Eagle management, do you think the Eagle coaching or the Eagle philosophy, whatever you want to circle, stops Jalen Hurts from being an elite quarterback?
I heard you say that earlier.
In the passing game. Do you think they stop him from being an elite thrower from the pocket?
That's an interesting question, because in the few moments where they've asked him to be, I think even you would agree he's looked pretty damn elite.
Okay.
2 different Super Bowls.
Sure.
Pittsburgh last week.
But they don't.
No, but to go to your point, like they don't
dial it up a lot.
No, I know that. So it's a fair question by you. I'll say this. I think at large, Jalen is way better at throwing the ball than people give him credit for. Like people talk about Jalen like it's like he can't throw. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. He's not Joe Burrow, but like, dude, he can throw the ball.
His only problem is pressure and finding it where it's coming from.
Well, and I think that's a learning.
Not throwing it.
I mean, that's part of him as a learner.
Hey, I saw Aaron Rodgers last week throw some squirrels. Okay, I mean, listen here. So is it the because the organization, again, with their arrogance, will go like this. We're going to win our way. We're going to put the kid in the box, and he's going to win our way because we're 19-1.
Probably.
And if you don't like it, and that's why those guys are on the sidelines bitching about it, going, wait a minute.
Yeah, but they went. So my problem with this is last year they became the team they became because the offensive line went to Nick and said, we got to play this way. Now, I know you're 3-0 this year, but your offense doesn't look as good. Saquon Barkley doesn't look as good. Your defense isn't as good. Your offensive line's not as good.
Yeah.
That would insinuate, hey, we got to make some changes this year. And Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown are out there hollering, hey, man, we don't want to play this way.
Oh, my God, I got another one for you.
Are they going to listen to him this time again? Last year they listened to the offensive line. I'm on Team Jalen and Team AJ with this one. I said it yesterday. I said it this morning. I'm going to continue to say it. I'm on Team AJ and Team Jalen when it comes to how the Eagles should be playing offense. Stop playing to not lose. You got the best offensive personnel the Eagles have ever had. Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
Do you think that management and coaching has hurt the relationship with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts?
Nah.
They don't seem to be on. I'll tell you what, I don't think they're pen pals anymore.
Nah.
I heard somebody, hey, anybody in Philly, I need a good quarterback. There was another one. What else did he say here? Hey, we got to have the quarterback on time, and we have to have communication. The guy was taking his shit on everyone.
You didn't see him dapping each other up last game?
Dapping each other. Yeah.
They did their little dance where they do like the flingy thing. I don't know how to do it.
Tell you what, you think A.J. Brown's happy with this passing game?
Absolutely not. He's told us that 3 weeks in a row. I don't even have to speculate.
Exactly.
But he knows what they're capable of.
But he's got to think that the quarterback should have more balls to go to them and go, hey, fuck this. Let's go.
See, Dad says this. Really hard to argue 19-1. It is.
It's.
But Dad, don't you agree? Like it was
That's
like
their kryptonite to all of it.
17 of the 20 games in there, were last year. Like the NFL is different every year. You know what I mean? Like I get it. You're right. It is impressive at large, but I don't think it means it's impressive to the point of like we cannot change a thing in a new year. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I do too, bud. Makes it quite hard to respond.
Oh, Bud. Oh, you've been here a long time.
Xander's how about my apology segment to you getting over 5K?
Oh my God, I freaking hated that, man.
Your Aunt Betty loved it. I bet your Aunt Betty liked it.
Oh no, she laughed. She goes like this. She goes, "You don't really like
Aunt Betty. I love Big Still. Sometimes, look, I'd like to call Kim Sileo to the stand.
Oh my God!
Now she's not going to actually come to the stand, but I'll ask this: do you ever get tired of Mr. Dan Sileo? Do you ever have to shit on Big Sills after a couple days? It's Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was after the game.
Hey, Xander, I'll do this or go like this. Just a normal conversation. Who's the biggest asshole you've ever known?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. Wait, somebody commented on your video yesterday, and they said Dan calling CJ an asshole. So ironic. A true asshole calling an asshole an asshole.
Oh man.
Hey, I commented back. I said, I bet you he would agree with this comment.
Oh, completely. Absolutely true. Absolutely. All right. Yeah. So here, one more time on this Blankenship conversation here. They're not happy with him right now, right?
I don't know if they're happy with him or not. He's been okay.
Okay,
I'm not paying him right now.
Okay, it's not $15 million.
I'll pay him $8.
$8. You think he's better than Gardner-Johnson?
He's a different type of player.
Oh,
he is. Gardner-Johnson's a freelancer. Dan. Gardner's a freelancer. You know it. He makes plays, but he also gets beat. Although Reed got burnt last week too. And everybody keeps telling me, oh my God, Devontae pushed off. I'm like, yeah, he was also already burnt toast, but okay. Reed Blankenship trying to run down the field with Devontae Adams. That ain't working.
Well, who's going to get that call? Devontae Adams or Reed Blankenship?
Exactly.
I don't think Reed's getting that call.
Exactly right.
You think
who would pay Reed in the chat? Anybody would pay Reed. How much you paying Reed?
No. Hey, you think this? So you don't think this game's close then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not Friday. Let me make my pick on Friday. I have a good feeling because the Eagles always take narratives that are against them and they correct them in such a big way, So I have a feeling they're going to come out and take it to them. I do.
Let's get to the supers.
All right. You didn't like my response. Jason says, what's up, Jace? Thanks for the $10, dude. If the Eagles don't prepare for the blitz versus the Bucs, someone should get fired, period. Bowles blitz is our kryptonite. Jason, it's not our kryptonite. Don't fall into those cowboy narratives. It's not our kryptonite at all. We were missing A.J. Brown for all the games. Lane Johnson was out for one of the games. Devontae Smith was out for two of the games.
We don't make
excuses here. Missed some of the games. We haven't had a healthy team versus the Bucs yet. And by the way, the last time we did have a healthy team versus the Bucs, we beat them by 2 touchdowns in Tampa Bay. So take all that kryptonite bullshit and flush it. This is my point of this narrative exists. And the Eagles are going to flush it down the toilet.
1-4. Oh, 19-1.
Yeah.
Pick
I'm
one.
Robert B. I pay Reed 7.5. Robert, I'm with you, brother. Man. JD says that's 7.8. Yeah, 7.8. Here's Kimberly. OC at Georgia's name is literally Mike Bobo. Love Kirby.
No, absolutely. Yeah. He's a really good coach.
Here's Perez. What's up, Perez? Get a 2-score lead, throwing the ball, then run the clock out with Barkley. We need to play like we did in 22, up 21.5, then run the clock. Well,
yeah, well, that's well it's said here, but Barkley's not having a good year.
Yeah. Here's Josh. If D'Amico Ryans couldn't get that dude under control, then CJ Gardner-Johnson must be one hell of a prick.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, there's your next head football coach in Alabama.
D'Amico?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I will get behind that. That sounds banging. I love the idea of that.
Head football coach after you guys get destroyed by Georgia this week.
You think we're hanging in that game or no?
3/4. Then they'll pull away.
I don't know. Georgia hasn't been impressed me too much this year.
Their wideouts are not very good.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, they're good. They're still Georgia, but they're not the same Georgia.
No, they're light in the D line.
They squeaked by Tennessee this weekend.
Yeah,
it's a good win, but
not bad, dog.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Tennessee's a good team. Nathan says Zander has Sills in a straitjacket. I don't know. I don't think that's true at all. Sills, have you ever had a show with as much freedom as you have on the National Football Show? No way, right?
No, none, zero. Yeah. Somebody goes like this. You should hear Sileo's Tampa show. It's like he's on his P's and Q's.
What's the opposite of a straitjacket?
It's fucking radio.
What's the opposite of a straitjacket? You got like an invisible cloak here.
That's fucking funny, dog.
Oh,
no, I like the freewheeling here. I do.
Yeah,
like
here's Rolf Philly. Got to make a move at edge or cornerback or both. I'll tell you this: those corners are going to get accentuated to be even worse because of the edge. I mean, what's the best way to mask a cornerback deficiency with a good edge rush? What are you laughing at?
Look at
Philly 500 name.
Look at in the green room. Look at Philly.
The audience won't see it.
Cowboys tears. Look at
Cowboys tears. Kimberly said Carson Beck sells its coaching. Another Bobo at Georgia.
Yeah.
Here's Almighty Lambo. I know we are all birds over here, but how do you feel about the Giants looking to start their rookie quarterback behind a trash O-line and right before? Dude, if I'm the Giants, this is why you don't stick with coaches that suck. All right. Sometimes it's better to just fire fast because Brian Daboll's a dumbass. Now they're going to put the new rookie quarterback they just drafted behind a shitty offensive line versus some of the best. I think they have the Chargers this weekend, who are obviously a good defense.
Going to blow them out.
Dude, you're gonna mess up the development of the rookie quarterback. Why though? It's not because they want to develop Jackson Dart. It's because Brian Daboll has to keep his job. That's it.
Here, get this. Derwin James was just named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and you're throwing into coverage with that guy in the secondary back there. Hey, if I was Malik Neighbors, I'd take out extra insurance in that game because that dude can hit. He's my favorite safety in the game today, dude. Sorry, Reed.
I think we got this. Cue ball. I adopted yours and JJ's mindset. He's productive. I want him on my team. People brushing him off are dumb. Yeah, no, he's productive. I'll take him. I just don't think the Eagles are going to do it. Here's our last one. Kyle says, if I see run up the middle or run on 3rd and 18, the fire Patullo rants are coming. Yo, what is up with that? The Eagles, is that just what we do now? 3rd and long, and it's just like, okay, we're done playing football for the drive. I hate that. It's such a bitch mentality.
Absolutely, man.
Bitch mentality. I hate that.
Here's the last one here.
If Daboll gets fired, should he? No. Dude,
no.
Keep that guy far away from the Eagles. I want nothing to do with Brian Daboll. That guy stinks. He absolutely reeks. He reeks. All right.
Big Z. So you don't want Gardner-Johnson back?
I'll take him back. I just don't think the Eagles are going to do it.
Okay. All right. Oh, real quick here. What'd you make of fingernail polish taking out the Cowboys last week?
Who, Caleb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Caleb Williams has his bet. Wait a second, no. Nah, I'm not going to say
that. He's the NFC.
I'm not going to say it because I could have just given Mark Holmes some ammo.
Hey.
But I won't do it. So, Mark, you're going to have to read my mind. There is ammo when you talk about that game last week when it comes to the Cowboys as it pertains to the Eagles. But Caleb Williams has his best passing game of his career versus the shitty Cowboys. 4 touchdown passes, 298 yards, wins the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Boy, the Cowboys are down bad. It is just a tough life over there, man. I respect Mark's ability.
Dak's played great.
He has, but you got to hang in there, Mark. I know it's been a long 30 years, but it might be a long 30 more, my friend. Unfortunately. All right. Later, everybody.
I will catch you on Birds in the Morning there, Zander. Thank you, brother.
All right, bro. Peace.